wellspring of invitation. Know this, dear seeker, this modest tome, this livre libre, is no mere fiction spun from fancy, but a genuine summons for those inspired souls yearning to embrace true liberty. Yet be aware that we also engage with other platforms, such as Worldpackers, Workaway, and Kindred Avenues, where those who arrive partake in 5 hours of daily labor with no particular emphasis on spiritual or scholarly pursuits unless they themselves beseech it. In the spirit of cultural exchange, 4 hours of toil each day alongside an hour and a half of instruction. And then there are those who venture forth for an utterly transformative odyssey, radical in its depth, encompassing all that is unveiled within our opus, Vivre Libre. Chapter 2, Living in Harmony with the Biological World. To return to something infinitely more evolved, one must first grasp the subtle web of energy that binds all existence, the energetic field, a key to life itself, whether for human health, the vitality of plants, or the quiet symphony shared with animals. You may sense, dear seeker, that in speaking of biological life, I touch upon realms beyond the visible. Yet this field is the essence, the vibratory level measured on the Bova scale, as discerned by a researcher who unveiled the energy required for an evolutionary existence. In our society, alas, everything conspires to diminish this field, to plunge humanity into a mere code of survival, rather than one of ascension. We shall revisit this later, that you might fully comprehend its depths. For now, know that we employ exercises and even devices to amplify this energetic field, expanding consciousness and perception, awakening the soul to broader horizons. But let us begin with coherence, the true coherence of life, which decrees that one shall not kill to sustain oneself. Thus, we partake of no meat, embracing instead a profound respect for all beings. Numerous animals dwell among us, not as resources, but as companions in a mutual exchange of love, pleasure, and well-being. This affection nourishes the human spirit profoundly, just as it bestows upon these creatures a wondrous sanctuary, free from harm. Honey, that golden elixir, we acquire only from those who are truly bee-friendly, gentle stewards who honor the hives without exploitation. For to consume honey born of coercion would shatter our coherence, inflicting violence upon our energetic field. Likewise, eggs grace our table solely from farms of utmost respect, where hens roam freely, feasting on natural bounty and laying as nature intends. To ignore such gifts, allowing them to rot upon the earth, would be an affront to the natural order. Yet we shun all products of suffering, be it for bees, hens, or the horrors of industrial farms, for that would equate to devouring flesh itself. We are not merely vegetarians, we are guardians of life, rejecting any form of suffering or its production. In our garden, antennas of electroculture stand sentinel, relics of ancient wisdom, revived before the onslaught of industrial poisons. These structures capture electricity from the skies, 5, 6, 7 meters aloft, and channel it into the soil, fortifying its essence, enhancing the vitality of our crops with an intensity drawn straight from the heavens. No pesticides taint our haven. All is 100% natural, a pure communion with the earth. When we first claimed this land, the soil lay barren as Chernobyl's shadow. No blade of grass, scarcely a tree to whisper in the wind. Now, through our devoted care, vegetation thrives amid the fierce heat of our sun-scorched realm. We cultivate abundance, trees to summon the cool embrace of a tropical forest, humidity to cradle the land. Giant sunflowers rise as guardians, casting shade and moisture over the vegetable plots, lest the sun's fury scorch what grows. We procure from local farms of integrity, though we are no Superman. Thus, necessity occasionally draws us to the supermarket for items beyond our reach, or that of our neighboring stewards. Yet these forays are rare, confined to essentials unobtainable elsewhere, or perhaps sourced online with discernment. We avoid extravagance, and as our community swells, our soil enriches, our harvests burgeon, we venture forth less and less. The garden and local bounties suffice evermore. In time, we intend to welcome hens of our own, tended with profound care, nourished deeply, free and unburdened by stress. Even our irrigation spurns tap water, drawing instead from rain-harvested purity and kindred sources. To live thus is to eschew society's capricious politics, even as we critique the luxuries it proffers. When tomatoes abound, We feast upon them. When strawberries ripen in profusion, they become our delight. We do not dictate our desires. Rather, we wander the garden, observing what offers itself today. We harvest the ready, and hours later, partake of nature's decree. It is the earth, the seasons, that guide our sustenance, not whim. This rhythm bestows extraordinary health, aligning with the locale's pulse, regenerates body and spirit alike. Our produce, supercharged by electroculture, rich, condensed with nutrients, free of toxins, consumed mere hours after plucking, becomes a veritable balm of vitality, rebuilding the form from within. In this quality of life, we forswear all drugs, alcohol, cigarettes, naturally so. For those who doubt that vegetarians might access essentials like vitamin B12, know it for the falsehood it is. I reject such notions outright, as they dissolve in the light of true understanding.